Good morning, Gogglefrogs, and a
Good
wonderful
morning.
welcome. This is a wonderful Monday morning, and I hope that you are well, sprightly, had a lovely weekend, and we cannot wait to spend the next hour with you. As I said, I hope you've had a lovely weekend. I'm seeing blue sky out there. Are you seeing blue sky too, Robert?
Yes.
So yes. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you've got some lovely weather today. And how are you today, Robert?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
Fabulous. Yeah, good, thank you. Right, so welcome to Gogglefrogs, and most of you here have been around with us for nearly a year, which is quite unbelievable, isn't it? Oh, sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm trying to turn mine down. Yeah, so we're getting that just foxed me slightly. So you've been with us for a year now, which is amazing, and our 100th episode is on Friday night. So don't forget that this week is a little bit different. We're 10 o'clock this morning, 8 p.m. Wednesday evening, and 8 p.m. Friday evening. On Saturday morning, we're not going live, but we've got a show, a recorded show for you that we're going to play. So that's all good, isn't it? So don't worry, this week is totally taken care of, which is wonderful. So we've got a chat box. You know the rules now. We've got a chat box. It's on the right hand side. We're going to read that out so everybody knows what's happening on replay, because on replay we don't record the chat box. So hello to everyone on replay. Hello to everyone on YouTube, and a wonderful big good morning to you watching live today. So I hope you've got the rules covered. The first one is, have you got your knitting or your crochet or whatever you're working on? So hopefully you've got something to work on, and I hope you've got a tea or a coffee. I haven't got one at the moment, so hopefully one is arriving soon for me.
Well, I've got the reverse. So I've got my tea, but I haven't got my knitting because I need to do something on what I'm working on. And I don't think I'll get away with it this morning. Well, I might be able to do it during the interlude. I've got to do a quick count, so I might be able to get away with it during the interlude.
Oh, fabulous. That's really good. So, yeah, sorry, just before we went live, you know, when you have to double check, and it's the simplest, all I have to do is just increase every fourth row on the second stitch at the beginning and the end. No, next to the last stitch at the beginning and the end. And I just had to double check whether I'd increased the already. So that's why I was just double checking. So I don't have to increase. So this is a standard knit row. So I can talk, knit, and Robert can do the PCE stuff. Just while I finish this row.
I'll count 350 odd stitches at some point. So.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's not good, is it?
No.
Oh, fabulous. So did you have a nice weekend, Robert? Sorry.
Sorry, that's all right. I need to change colour on what I'm working on, but before I do, I just want to count to make sure I've got the right number of stitches. Because I'm only on I've just finished row 4, so if I've got it wrong, it's easier to take it back. But there we go.
Oh, wow.
My weekend. Yeah, my weekend was okay, thank you. Wasn't anything special. Went for a very long drive to make sure I'm okay with driving.
And
yeah, that went okay. Yeah, I was all right. Went for a very long walk to make sure I can walk to work and back when I go back this week, and that was okay. Need to go for a longer walk today because I've got to work out roughly how long I can be on my feet without it causing a problem.
Yeah.
So the plan is to go back, do a bit of sitting, do a bit of standing and walking. So yeah, I need to go for a longer walk today.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it was all right. Thank you.
Oh, fabulous. That's good. Oh.
So how was yours?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Got up here, but yesterday had some jobs to do at home. Got up here, bundled my mum in the car, took her for an ice cream, then took her for, I said, do you want fish and chips? But the ice cream was really quite good. And it's a little local farm where it's a dairy farm, and they decided to start making ice cream to try and make a little bit more money quite a lot of years ago, and it really took off. So I had mint chocolate chip and my mum had coconut, but they had the rum and raisin and all sorts there, so it was lovely. And we just sat in the car eating our ice cream, and the whole car just steamed up. So we had a lovely day. Then we went and had a long drive all over Bayldon and stuff like that, just driving. And then we got fish and chips. So we didn't actually make Starbucks yesterday, which was one of those things. But yeah, it's sort of the only thing that we can do. A little bit of a drive. So that's what we did. So, and it sounds a long way from home, but it's not, because it's just around here. So yeah, that's what we did yesterday. So we had a nice day.
Good. Sorry, yeah. I'm slightly distracted by Tofi, who is either...
I was just about to say, what's Tofi doing?
He's either being incredibly lazy or he's totally lost the plot, because he is trying to wash himself, but he's washing the back of the chair instead, and then occasionally hitting himself. And I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but that's new. Right, shall we say some good mornings?
I think that would be lovely.
Right, we'll go bottom to top as we always do. We start with Trisha. Hi, Trisha.
Morning.
We have Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Morning.
We have Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Morning.
We have Safi. Hi, Safi.
Morning.
We have Marion and Marion.
Morning.
We have Linda with a Y. Morning.
Morning.
We have Louise.
Morning.
We have Linda Wood. Good morning.
Morning.
We have Judy.
Morning.
We have Janice. Morning, Janice. We have Janet. Good morning, Janet. Nice to see you again. We have Jackie. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
We have Deborah. Good morning.
Morning.
We have Brigitte. Good morning.
Morning.
We have Anne. Good morning.
Morning.
We have Angela S. Good morning.
Morning.
And we have Amber. Good morning, Amber.
Morning, New York.
Oh, I'm really sorry. It's Linda Ellis, not Linda Wood. I'm sorry, Linda. I go by the email and I keep forgetting. I do apologise. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should just stick to Linda, because then it doesn't matter, does it?
Easier.
I'd just like people to know which of the Lindas is in the chat box now that we've got 3. Oh dear. Right, let's catch up on some chats even.
Yeah.
Brigitte says, good morning, everybody. Episode 210. Marion says, good morning. Judy says, hello, everybody. Trisha says, hello from a bright and sunny Yorkshire. Janice says, hi all. Jackie says, morning all. Yes, she is working. Linda says, happy Monday, everybody. Deborah says, morning all. Tracy says, morning. Yep, blue sky, but going a bit grey now. Angela says, morning. Louise says, morning, everybody from sunny Derby, listening in the background while I'm working. Safi says, morning all. Anne says, morning, everybody. Amber says, good morning, everyone. Safi says, morning, only just rolled out of bed. Tracy says, mint chocolate chip, my favourite. Linda says, morning all, just about to get some breakfast. Linda says, we have an ice cream parlour operated by a farm very close to us. It's the most delicious ice cream ever. And she put ever in capital letters. And
it's dense, isn't it? It's like thick stuff. It's not like this shop stuff. I'm not, you know, I eat shop bought ice cream once every few years. Because I'm not an ice cream lover, and that's what I will say. I really do not eat ice cream, but if I go there, I will eat one, and I really enjoy it because it's not like normal ice cream. Do you know what? Most ice cream has no cream in it whatsoever, has no dairy in it whatsoever. Isn't that sad? So it has to be called dairy ice cream to have dairy in it. So most of it is just chemicals, but yeah.
Deborah says, wow, that's a lot of Gogglefroggers for a Monday morning. It is 18. Wow.
Yeah.
And Sarah says gelato is where it's at.
Oh, yeah. By the Trevi Fountain. Yeah. Lovely.
Oh, dear.
Are we keeping you up, Robert?
Oh, my God. Oh. I think it's not a couple of hours. That's crazy. Right. Shall we do music before we continue?
That'd be lovely. And while we do music, I am going to rush downstairs and get myself a cup of tea. Okay. So when I disappear, it's not that I've run off because I don't like the music. It's because I've run off because I do need a cup of tea.
That's absolutely fine. Right. So if you pop yourself on mute. So today's music is an oldie but a goodie. It's still in theme, still in keeping with the theme of March, but it's also because it is Red Nose Day on Friday, which I didn't know when I planned first birthday celebrations. So I thought we'd play an old Red Music Day tune today. So here we go. Enjoy. Sorry about that. I forgot that it was coming to an end. And I was frantically trying to find my next ball and then got confused because they do look very similar to each other. Look. There we go. I'm sure it's that one. It is that one because that one's pinky rather than multicolored. Right. So let's catch up on some chat. Linda says, I'll let you off. I've been Mrs. Ellis for 18 months on Sunday. Oh, thank you, Linda. I do mostly remember. I just occasionally slip now. Safi says, we have lots of ice cream parlours around here and they all use gelato. It's so delicious, although I'd rather be in Italy eating it. Yes, I'm sure you would. Sarah, my partner insisted on getting gelato while we were in Venice in January 2020, despite it being, January. It was freezing back. It was refreezing back on the cone. Oh dear. Tracy, love this. Is the connection alternative versions of songs by celebrities? Almost. Nearly. Producer says hilarious. Jackie says brilliant, absolutely hilarious. Marion says joke versions of a famous song. No, but getting there. Linda says, brilliant song, happy dancing around the kitchen making breakfast. Oh, glad that you could do a little boogie. You're still on mute.
Sorry.
There we go. It was the Red Nose Day song by French and Saunders and Kathy Burke of Help with Bananarama.
All right, okay.
Which was a cover of the Beatles. It's all right. Have you got your tea now?
Yes, I have. Thank you very much. Yes.
Good. Are you knackered from running up and down the stairs?
I know.
Oh dear. Right, folks. So do let us know what you were up to over the weekend. Let us know if you've changed your current project. We will be sharing Facebook in about half an hour-ish. So we'd love to see some pictures. That's Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter, as I'm sure you are all already aware. Next favour is invite anybody with a woolly connection, crafty connection to our party on Friday. If you want me to send them a link, then just all I need is their email address, but I need their permission. So make sure you have that first. Or they can just log on to Facebook if they have Facebook. If they don't, then they can just drop us an email at angelaandrobertwebtv@gmail.com. Or they can go through gogglefrogs.co.uk where there is a link to the blog on there. Which reminds me, Angela, sorry, would you be able to blog our first birthday on there today? Sorry.
Would I be able to what?
Put a blog on about our first birthday onto the our website. Thank you. Trisha says, folk are out mowing their lawns. Spring has surely arrived. I think it's still too wet to mow lawns. It's going to churn it up, isn't it? Unless you've got a petrol. But Hey, what do I know? I just let it grow and then cut it when it needs cutting, and it's dry. Oh, what are you up to now, Cat? He's now come off the chair. He's behind the curtain, and I have to close the curtain because we get the sun through the front room in the morning, so I can't see what he's doing. All I can hear is this bloody noise. So God knows what he's up to.
Oh, bless.
Anyway, I'm not going to get to count this, am I? No, don't be silly, Robert.
300 nods is a bit hard to try and do on this show.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a loss now then.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I said I'm a bit of a loss now then because I don't know what else to get out.
I
know. Let's do a row on the jumper.
Oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah, that old chestnut. Yeah, that one. Yeah, indeed.
I know we've all got those sort of projects, haven't we, that just take years and years and years.
Yeah, well, I'm still determined to get it done. I just need to work out where it's going wrong, really.
Wrong?
Yeah, well, with the pattern.
Oh, of course. There's some question about the pattern, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm going to get the front and the back to the same height, same distance, and then I'll have a play with it.
I've. Do you know what? I've mowed one lawn in my life. Never ever again. So it's something I don't do. So somebody else does that, and they always say, "Oh, you're getting the hairdryer out again." As soon as there's even a few little things on the lawn, the mower comes out to remove everything.
I did wonder why yours always looks so nice.
Because it's constantly getting done. So yeah, a certain somebody enjoys doing that. So yeah, I leave them to it. It's not my forte, shall we say? Well, no, not forte. A, I get hay fever, and B, I just don't enjoy it. So I don't. But I didn't know the difference between the petrol and the electric ones, and it being wet. So no idea. Our aim is to have something big enough to have a sit-on oil, what do you call it, mower, and then we'll know that we're happy. You know what I mean? That the other half can sit on it for about an hour and just go and do all of the grass. Yeah, so it'd be very happy with that.
Tricia says it's petrol for sure. It's the council mowing the lawns around the shelter bungalows at the end of our road. That makes sense. And then Anne says, sorry, she can't do Friday. She has a knitting class on at the same time on Zoom. If you run late, I could pop in. If not, we'll catch you on YouTube. I reckon we're probably going to be going until about 10 o'clock-ish, judging by our previous ones.
I'll see.
And drinkies as well. We normally talk a lot when we've been drinking, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So, hey, hopefully I keep saying, don't I? Hopefully I'll finish this. I pick it up, do a few rows, and then I put it back down.
Oh, Tracy.
I know, I saw that comment.
Oh. Janice says, my brother got a sit-on mower. He isn't a gardener, he just loves riding on the mower.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what it means.
Anne says their class finishes at 9. Perfect. Now I know that. I will spread out the surprises so that you don't miss everything.
That's really nice. That's really nice to do. Yeah.
And we've got Secret Frogger on Friday, haven't we, to do? Yes,
we have.
So hopefully those partaking have sent theirs now. And I will do some chasing later today to just keep the tracker up to date and check who's had what. Marion says she likes watching other people doing the gardening. Yeah, me too. Although I do miss the neighbour who used to live next door 2 neighbours ago, because they used to cut our front garden so that theirs didn't look so that theirs looked as ours looked as nice as theirs. So because their drive, our garden is in the middle of their goes up to their drive, and then their garden was tiny. So he used to mow our front garden. So that as you looked at it, it looks really nice and pretty. Now it just looks like a mess unless we go out and do
it. Talking about, because I used to have an allotment, I do not anymore. Honestly, there's no way I could do everything as well as an allotment now. But I decided to get some little tomato plants, and there were those tumbler ones. So I thought, oh, that's fine. I've got some hanging baskets somewhere in the garage, so I'll get them out and I'll line them. So I was walking around Tom Garden Centre the other day, and I thought, oh, I'll get a couple of these. I put them in the back of the car. I thought I'll put them on the parcel shelf just so they don't get hit by anything as I'm putting everything into the back of the car. As I got home and opened the back of the car, the 2 pots came flying out. All of everything had gone all over, and I had to look all around the car to find out where the little tomato plants had gone. So they'd actually fallen over, and everything inside was just like, I suppose it was just like sand. So I found 1 tomato plant had gone into the boot itself, and 1 was on the parcel shelf, but none of them were in the little pots anymore. So I don't know if they're going to survive, but never mind. They've had some water on them, and they're getting a little bit of TLC. But that's my thought this year. I'm going to have 1 hanging basket that's got all tumbler tomatoes in, and 1 hanging basket with all strawberries in. And at Tom Garden Centre, I said, oh, have you got any strawberry plants, please? And she said, they've all gone. So it's as if as soon as anything comes in, it's just gone. So never mind. I might have a go and see if I can find anything again. But I do like buying really nice plants. So we'll get them done eventually.
Right, so Jackie says, me too, Marion, in terms of watching other people doing their gardening. Tricia says, we'll need to build up our stamina so we can last for a couple of hours. Perhaps I need an optic measure for the gin. We've done it before. It's fine, and it's only us that needs to keep going, really, isn't it? And Marion.
Optics are only for customers. Even when I worked in a pub, as landlords and stuff like that, just like that's your own drink, isn't it? So you do 2 or 3 for you and 1 for a customer, 2 or 3 for you and 1 for a customer. So optics are only for paying customers.
Tracy does what we do, tends to buy lots of plants and then never plants them. Yep, that sounds about right. Brigitte says her parents were on holiday and one of the other guests at the hotel was boasting about his large house and garden and saying how he dreaded getting home to mowing an enormous lawn. Her dad suggested he ought to get Russian drop grass seeds. Grass would grow to 4 to 5 centimetres, then the top would drop off and feed the roots. The guy had never heard of that and said he would go to his garden centre to find out. I wonder if that's still a thing. That sounds perfect.
Is it a joke?
Huh?
Is it a joke?
No, I don't think so.
Is it not?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Sorry.
Sarah says she did some massive ivy removal off the shed the other week and the roof is much happier for it. Tomato seeds on the windowsill. Need to make a macrame hanger for a houseplant I was gifted.
Macrame.
Oh, Brigitte says her dad was winding him up as he got fed up with his boasting. Damn.
Sorry, I thought it'd be one of those things, but yeah.
Well, I fell for it too, Brigitte. There we go.
Oh, it's like when you go on holiday, isn't it? Not that any of us have been on holiday for how many decades, but when you go on holiday, I'll never forget. We went to North Cyprus once, and we stayed in a lovely hotel, and the two of us go on holiday, sit, sunbathe, drink our drinks. We just spend time together. That's it. We don't want to get friends or anything like that, because normally you're working so much that you just want the 2 weeks for yourselves. And there were these people just like, how many times have you been to this hotel? It's just like, it's our first time. I've been 2 times. I've been 3 times. I've been 4 times. I've been 5 times. You know, when it's just like, I can't stand this hotel already just because of the. And there is a term for it. They're called Tommy Two Doo-Doos, but I won't use the actual word. So they're Tommy Two something or others Doo-Doos. Just where that, and you know, where people are just try and get better and better and better and better. So that's the one thing. And what you're explaining, Brigitte, is very much that, isn't it? That somebody's, oh my lawn at home, and oh, isn't it going to be terrible to go back there? So anyway, yeah. Robert's looking at me to say what, but it's one of those things. Probably I should tell this story after gin. Or after 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I like going back to the same hotel. We've done it quite a lot now.
Yeah, but you boast about it with other people who are going there.
Only if they say, "Have you been here before?" And then we'll say, "Yeah, this is our however manyth time."
Can I just say, I can't even remember how many times I've been to Belgium. So I do go back to the same time, but there are, in any hotel, there's always people who, it's like a competition to see who's been back there the most times. Just like, whoa, keep us out of this. So, and I do remember on that holiday as well, you know, never mind. Met an old gangster as well who'd left the UK and was living there. It was just like, what sort of a hotel am I in? I thought it was a really nice hotel as well. So never mind.
So Amber says they've had a time change there. It's now 6:30 in the morning. So Amber, that means that Friday night session, which is at 8 o'clock our time, will be 4 o'clock your time, and we would finish somewhere between 5:30 and 6:30 your time, I guess.
So I don't know what time you finish work, Amber. So, but never mind, we'll be thinking of you if you can't make it.
And then Safi says to Brigitte that she was just about to Google about the grass.
Yeah, it's like going for a long wait or elbow grease, even though they have now brought out a product called elbow grease. So dispelled all of those old jokes. Oh. Right.
On cruise ships, Marion says on cruise ships, it's quite amusing to sit and listen to conversations with how many cruises have you done crowd.
Exactly. That's what I mean, Marion. It is just, oh my word, no. I can remember once I went over to Belgium. I came back that night and I was back on the Channel Tunnel by about 9 o'clock the following morning. So going back to Belgium. So I do go backwards and forwards. I just don't count it. I'm not in a competition. It's just something I enjoy doing. And I think if you enjoy it, that's fine. Like, have you been here before? Yes, the toilets are over there, or that's the nicer restaurant, or those are the lovely dishes. All of that's absolutely perfect. It's just the competition. And yeah.
Marion, did you get into your craft room on Saturday afternoon? Because you were going to do something, and I can't remember what it was now, but I do know that I said something and was treading on thin ice, but it was to do with you going into your craft room. Oh, she says no, she didn't. Oh dear.
Sarah, I am going to take a photo of your comment. I hope that's okay, because I don't even know how to. Sigisiara. I've never even heard of it in Sibiu. So I hope you don't mind, but that's only so that I can go on to find out a little bit more about them. And the fact it's anything to do with Transylvania makes me want to go there even more. There we go. Ah. Oh, don't worry. I'll find them. Don't worry. I will absolutely find them, Sarah. Don't worry. Oh, sorry. I'll leave you to do that.
No, I was going to say, Amber says that she'll join us for the tail end of Friday. She's leaving for work shortly. So, Amber, have a lovely day.
Yeah, enjoy.
Sarah says she's spelt the sorry, multitasking, not good, Robert.
the second pound, whatever it is, wrong. But I'll have a look. I do like having a look to see what places are like. I even started, do you know what? Things are getting really quite exciting, aren't they? I even went online and started looking for the next hotel to go to in Belgium.
Oh, very nice.
I know. So somewhere different. Well, a different hotel to go to. So and possibly a slightly different resort there as well. But I think now that we can see, light is at the end of the tunnel, isn't it? So yeah, light is at the end of the tunnel, I believe.
Right, let's have a look at Facebook.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'll have a look at that. Just saying, Sigiswara, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's correct spelling. Was lovely there, where Dracula lived until he was 4, or Dracula lived until he was 4. Would recommend. Sibiu is close by. Can't remember, an hour or half an hour train ride away, and they had a nice zoo. That's lovely. Thank you very much.
Right, so Facebook, Linda says, part of my Mother's Day present from one of my daughters, all my wool is now safe. Other presents were gin and chocolate. Oh, wow, look at that huge bag.
What's that?
Mother's Day, and I spy some marble chunky in there.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Beautiful. Sarah, working on a blanket with my best friend's schematic pattern on the right, doing one of the central triangles this morning. We're doing 4 stripes and a triangle each. Oh, wow. What are you going to do with the blanket after, Sarah? Tracy has placed an order with Ringtons, and she's blaming myself, Angela, and Marion. You're more than welcome. Trisha has shared a post about some events from Textiles from Home. So go and have a look at that. Angela has posted we're doing a test on another test in the beta environment tomorrow. So if you want to join us, please do put yourself in there or mention in the chat now, and then we will add you to the list. Oh, did you have a look at this one, Angela?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I'm going to open it up, and then I need to stop sharing for a second and then come back. I hope they make sharing much easier in the new system.
I don't think it's easy on any platform, because it doesn't actually know what you want to share.
So look at this. I mean, wow. I love this.
I think it'd be great as a blanket.
It's just...
It's got an amazing way, a mind for colour.
Yeah. I'm so tempted. I don't usually pay for patterns, but I am so tempted. It's
I
just...
pay for lots of patterns. And I'll only ever do a free pattern if I see something that I like and somebody happens to say that it's a free pattern. Like I don't touch free patterns as a rule. I don't know why, but
right, there we go, back to Facebook. Trisha, supposed to be doing other things. I was only supposed to start the cuff, but loving the way Gogglefrogs interlude yarn is knitting up on these socks, so spoiling myself on Mother's Day. That is just gorgeous. I love that. Looks beautiful.
It is.
Really is. Fran, Nubblechin number 3 from Sock Yarn Oddments ran out of the petrol blue a bit earlier than expected, so it's a bit lopsided. Number 1 and 2
Adds to it.
the third pattern. So I think that, I mean, I've never seen one of these before, but it's just so clever.
Yeah.
Really is. So well done, Fran. We did that one a few days ago, didn't we?
We did.
We did that one a few days ago. That one a while ago. So I think we're all kind of caught up on Facebook from the weekend.
Well, it was a different weekend, wasn't it? So I do think that most people were probably doing family things, home things, lots of Zoom meetings with family, or if like me, if you're a carer, then zooming around the country. But yeah, so we don't get much knitting done, do we, sometimes when we're actually at home, because we're doing so many things.
Sarah says she bought some marble chunky the other week. Linda said, "Well spotted, Robert." I'm starting to recognise the labels from a distance now, because anytime I go into my craft room, all I see is labels. Especially at the moment, because I had to lay everything out in case we got orders while I couldn't lift anything. Sarah says she's keeping the shared blanket this time. She had the last one we made. Oh, how lovely. And then Louise says, "How lovely to make a joint blanket." Trisha says you could use your Toft yarn for the triangle shawl, Robert. What a lovely idea. And I might, if I get round to making it, I might treat myself to some Toft to make it, but I'm determined I'm making the Toft one. Absolutely determined I'm doing it. Sarah says that, Louise, it's the second one we've knitted and we're making a quilt too. Oh, wow. Safi says, I'm the same, Angela. I usually pay rather than seek out a free version. She says, I have a confession to make and I apologise wholeheartedly for this, but as much as I like Stephen West, I don't like his patterns. Oh, well, you know, some designers, it's not for everybody, are they?
That's your choice.
Absolutely.
Don't be silly. But we are all so different, and that's what makes us different. And even, I mean, there's lots of things. I like plain wool. Robert likes variegated wool, like multicoloured wool. I
just because you don't have to change, you haven't got lots of ends to change.
But there's lots of things that we're very different on. Don't worry.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's the same as quality of wool as well.
Can I just say I bought patterns of his? I've never actually started one. Yeah, another thing. If I actually added up all the money that I've spent on patterns, I think it would come to rather a lot. And but can I just say as well, by the time I arrived at my mum's yesterday, there was a parcel there from Amazon, and I looked and I thought, oh, book. I know I ordered. That was while I was in bed last night. What on earth have I ordered? I had no idea what it was going to be. It was just like, did I order that internet stuff that I want, or what was it? When I arrived here, it was a gluten-free cookbook. So never mind. I'll have a look at that at some point. But yeah, we buy so many different things, don't we?
Sarah says the last one took us 2 years, so everybody may have to wait a while for photos. Lockdown is helping us be extra productive on knitting, though. Oh, that's okay. It doesn't matter. I started this jumper at a Sheringham 5 years ago.
I was going to say 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, because this would have been our 6th outing, wouldn't it? Our 6th year.
Yeah.
No, our 5th year, but our 6th time of going. And I didn't do it on the first one. I'm sure it was the second one. I haven't even finished a segment of it. So don't worry, Louise. Don't worry, Sarah. It takes as long as it takes. Safi says, I can see why people do. They're very clever. Maybe that's why. Louise says she's happy to pay for patterns as so much work goes into them, but she'll always pay for free ones too. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I have paid for patterns across the years, but I must stop paying for patterns because I just never get around to doing them. Linda says, that makes me feel better, Robert. I've been knitting a cardigan for 3 years. I just get distracted. And then running Gogglefrogs, because as much as I want to be doing my own knitting, sometimes when you're on a deadline to make things for Gogglefrogs, you just have to throw everything else away to one side and just get on with it. And then I see new stuff and I forget about all the old stuff that I've got. Sarah says she did all her squares in 3 weeks. I wasn't the limiting factor. Safi says my friend had a phase where she was getting some items delivered to her. They were some odd things as well as that she would never use. It turned out she had been sleep ordering online during the night. Oh my word!
Oh. Wow. Yeah, I've got to be very careful, but I did. I didn't realise that somebody had actually launched a book, so I thought, oh, I'd best have a look at her book. So we'll see. There didn't look anything nice cakish in it, though, I'm afraid. So we'll see.
Sarah says her oldest working project is from December 2019. It's not doing too badly. I have to say, if we want to go down the oldest working project route, I have cross stitches that I started before I met Gary, and we've been together 22 years next weekend. So I dread to think how old they were before I met him. I could probably remember or go and get the patterns and have a look at the copyright on them. But yeah. There's definitely some old ones in there.
I've inherited almost finished toys from somebody's mum, who is now in her 80s in a care home. So I have got these 2 or 3 half finished. One's a doll, one's a teddy, one's something or other else, and I just need to finish a few things on it. There's no pattern, so it's just like what goes where. So I'll have a look and I will finish them at some point. So they're all little jobs, aren't they, that actually can take you an hour, or sometimes they can take you days and days and days. So that's why I've not actually sat down and looked through. But if anybody is good at piecing together toys, maybe I'll bring them on the show one day when I can get into my office again.
Georgie is.
Oh yeah, of course.
She does amigurumi all the time, so she might be able to help you if it's crochet.
They're like, I would say they were probably knitted in the 60s or the 70s. So
right, okay.
By somebody else's mum. And then they were gifted to me. So I've got to try and finish them.
So she can't help you if they're knitted. But if it's crochet, she would be able to.
Yeah.
Even size. So I wonder if Dawn could help you after doing the Christmas tree.
Well, to be honest, I just looked in the bag and thought, oh, there's a lot of bits in there. I can see legs, I can see arms. I don't know anything else. I don't know what it's supposed to look like even. So, yeah, you just need to sit down. And talking about, that was my idea, because all the way back then, my friend had said, look, I'd rather these go to a good home, and maybe you could put them together. I said, you know what, if I can't, then I'll take them to the library one day, because we have a knit and natter in our local library about once a month, and there's really good big tables in front of you, so you can do lots of work. You know, a lot of time in a knit and natter, you're in a pub or just on a chair. So I thought that I could actually use everybody's intellect about them. So maybe when we're back sitting together in our knit and natters, I'll bring those out, but I will have to double check what's in the bag, because I've got no idea, absolutely no idea. Marion says, are they Jane Greenhouse? No, I don't think Jane Greenhouse would have been born when these were knitted. They are old, and it's all 100% crepe that they're knitted in. They're like I would have been given when I was a baby. So they're that old. Yeah, really, really good. I've got quite a lot of the Jane Greenoff's patterns, but I don't know. Yeah, they're old ones from, what else did she, you know, when you used to cut things out of Woman's Weekly and out of magazines, and a lot of the patterns that I was given were just cut out. They weren't a physical pattern, but knitting back then was free, wasn't it? You got, I always remember the hanks of wool with the cheap wool. And if you went into a wool shop and bought a ball, that was more expensive. So I used to go and buy the hanks, and then you'd have to sit there and wind them up, where it's the total reverse of that now. The hanks are the expensive wool, and the ones that are already in balls are the normal wool. Yeah, so I will have a look in the bag and see what they are, but I can't get anywhere near my stash or the office because it's covered up with what do you call it? Lime plaster, lime mortar, and a cement mixer. So I can't even get through the door at the moment.
Oh dear.
One day, never mind. It's taking shape. One of our walls has had part of it knocked out, exposed an old fireplace that was upstairs in one of the bedrooms. That's now been sorted. A shelf's been put in it, so you can put a little light on it and put your phone on it as well. A plug's been positioned at the side of it. A vent's been put at the top to stop it getting cold, and it's just getting replastered, that wall now. So lots and lots of work going on. But that's why, because a certain person needs to be able to get to the cement mixer and all the cement. And that's not me. So
what does the rest of your day look like, Angela?
Well, we've got an interesting session later. Not me. I'm taking my mum down to see my dad, who's in a care home at the moment, and they've even agreed. This is so lovely of them, that my mum can cut my dad's hair.
Oh.
So they've got a visit today and tomorrow, COVID test willing. So yeah, so my mum's got her hairdressing scissors in her handbag, because she always used to cut his hair at home. And so yeah, so that's what we're doing. And that's got another bouquet of flowers for my mum that's in the back of my car. And then after that, I think we'll be having a Starbucks on the way. Nice. Yeah, so it's and we went for a bit of a run, and Mum said to me earlier, she said, can we go for a run again? So we'll go for a drive again as well. So meandering around the country lanes. So yeah, so that was, and I found out yesterday, it's amazing when you have a bit of a drive around, isn't it? Well, we were actually trying to get back home. So I always drive, and I try and get back home without a sat nav. But I suddenly found that apparently there is a funicular not far away. Is it Shipley Glen? Is it Shipley Glen? I've got a funicular railway. I thought, well, I can't. Well, it said tramway. So when everything's opened up again, I'll have to go and see that. But suddenly the road I was on, trying to get back onto the main road, came to an end, and it said something about cable car. Yeah, so I'll have a look at that. So who would have known? I certainly didn't think there was. And then we went past a fish and chip shop, so I googled it. Didn't do gluten-free. So never mind. Had to go all the way back to Pudsey to make sure that I got my gluten-free scampi and chips, which was lovely. Really, really nice.
Good.
Yeah. So what does the rest of your day look like?
I need to. So I'm back to work on Wednesday. So I need to catch up on some worky stuff. And then this afternoon, I've got a couple of video calls with family. I need to go out on another long walk and test. Can't decide whether to walk to work and back to see how I feel, or whether I should just do my normal walk around the block, the longer walk around the block 2 or 3 times. And that's about it, I think. I've got to do a little bit of prep for our call tomorrow, but that's about it.
Are we going to call today or tomorrow?
I thought we said tomorrow.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine.
Sorry, that's why I was going to do all my worky stuff today to get it out of the way, so that tomorrow
that's
is.
Fine. But we have got another visit tomorrow as well, but we can
Yeah,
catch
no,
up
that's
tomorrow.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
No worries.
Sarah says she has to go to the post office to send out a crochet gift.
Oh, that's lovely. Sending lovely things in the post.
I know, it's always nice when you get that kind of thing, isn't
It
it?
is, isn't it? Oh, it's getting very, very hot. I turned the heating off this morning. It's so hot.
Do you know what? Considering I picked this up as my emergency project, I'll have done 2 rows by the time we finished.
That is really good.
So I'm thinking that it might have to be my emergency project a bit more. It might get done then.
Well, jumpers are, people don't realise how much time, effort goes into creating a jumper or a cardigan. They are huge, huge pieces of work. And that's because if you're not used to it, at some point you have to start reducing stitches, you have to start increasing stitches. They are huge. So
I'm hoping it's still going to fit.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
I'm a lot bigger than I was 5 years ago. So, but it does look like it's got a lot of give in it. So
yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I was thinking you've lost a lot of weight.
I know we've lost, but I put a lot on before I lost, and I'm still bigger than I was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, Jackie says, Marion says she's got a hair appointment for the 20th of April. That reminds me, have you booked yours?
Yeah, mine was booked. Ooh, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago they rang me. So I've got mine on. Do you know what? Me and hubby have got hair appointments on the same day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I think, is it Saturday? Not the 12th. We're on the 17th. Because what's it? 12th.
I'm guessing that's a Monday.
Yeah. So we just thought it's easy for us both to drive down there at the same time.
Okay. And have you just booked one for Mum?
No, hers isn't. Then they're not bothering to book appointments just in case something happens. But my mum's on the top of the list there as well, so it's fine. No, she just comes up and says it's getting done, and she'll be booked in. So don't worry. Thank you so much.
Jackie says she's off and have a lovely rest of the day. See us on Wednesday. Bye, Jackie. Brigitte says she's joining 4 squares, just frogging one with a mistake in row 4. Oh no. Linda says she's off for a walk after this too. Sarah says being able to finish jumpers quicker is a great weight loss motivation. And then Brigitte says thank you for a lovely morning. So I think that's probably an apt point to stop. I know it's like 2 minutes to, but Yeah, if we stop there, because you've just finished a row as well, haven't you?
I have.
So, folks, whatever you're up to today, have a lovely day, and we'll see you Wednesday evening for our usual tipple and natter, because we don't get a lot of drafting done.
Unless you're coming on the test tomorrow at
Oh, yes.
10. So we've
Yes.
got the little
See you
test to
tomorrow.
test the new Demio, which is a different link. So if you do want to come on and just see what a stage is and things like that, won't look much different to you, but we can invite people on from like yourselves if you're on a desktop. So if you'd like to just go find the link and then come on tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.